Matt Ryan, Amanda, and Eric. And the voice of NEW, Vince Berry. Hitting all the topics like a clothesline flurry. Turn up your speakers and hear them out. You can listen from your car, even on your couch. They too raw, who NXT? Handing out smackdowns, follow on IG. Plus, it's sponsored by Tag Me a Date. Go to YouTube and sub now for every update. It's all wrestling here. No safe space. Now listen in. Time to hear from some of the greats.
And sometimes I date myself, but I feel like I've done this every year, and I'm going to continue to do so because, in my opinion, the greatest WrestleMania theme song of all time
is
what
the
you're
WrestleMania
hearing right
theme
now.
song.
Oh, you're damn
Absolutely.
fucking right it is. This is the classic WrestleMania theme that we grew up with, and to this day, I don't think anything beats it. I was going to do Hall of Fame, but then I figure copyright issues. WWE's been very good to us. They've caught us every time, and they've let it go. So I don't want to press my luck with others. But Vinnie Mac, go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the road to NXT Stand and Deliver. I mean, the road to WrestleMania.
The road to the Hall of Fame.
Right? The road to Peacock.
Basically anything but WrestleMania.
Oh man, we'll get into it.
Welcome 50 fucking hours of wrestling, folks. 50 hours of wrestling upon us.
It starts tonight at the Hall. Is the Hall of Fame tonight?
Technically, it started with Raw last night. That
doesn't count.
No, it does. It's a part of the road to this week's amount of wrestling that we have to fucking get through, and it does start tonight with the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
58 minutes to go until the Hall of Fame.
Goodness gracious, well, I'll have to catch
And one thing that I did here, take it for what it is, so if it's true, they have dramatically shortened the length of the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Yeah, I heard 5 minutes.
Yeah. 5-minute speeches and no induct.
5 minutes.
No inductors.
That's really it, only 5 minutes?
5 minutes of speech, and then you remember how somebody would Shatner did a speech and then brought on Jerry Lawler. They're not doing. There's no inductor anymore. It's just the person.
Oh, so we're not going to get Taker induct Kane into
exactly. That's what they're saying. Is there's no.
That sucks.
The only part I liked was the inductors.
See, now here's my question: you're giving us all this wrestling in 1 week. What made you decide the Hall of Fame is going to be where I'm going to shorten things? Like at this point, what's the difference if you do a 2 to 3 hour Hall of Fame at this point? You know what I mean? It's not going to make. I would rather have that because the speeches are going to be genuine. Obviously, I mean, is it? It was already taped, so it's highly edited.
Yeah, it's all pre-taped.
I want to see
longer.
You could do a extended cut,
right? And
I have a feeling. I have a feeling down the road, a month or two. I think exclusive to the Peacock Network now, they're going to have the full ceremony.
Zack Snyder Hall of Fame induction
4x3 aspect ratio.
I always enjoy the Hall of Fame, so to shorten that up, I think is pretty silly. But
does anybody remember? Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a song a couple years ago. I think it was by Pink. And it was called Peacock. My peacock, cock, cock. My peacock, cock, cock. Anybody remember? Was this just me? Am I just saying the word cock over and over? But
pretty much, yeah.
I swear.
You are. But it's not dismissing your message.
Right. Yeah. No, there's definitely a song called Peacock. I think it was by Pink. And it's stuck in my head every time somebody mentions the app. Anyway, I got cock on the brain. Let's move on. So Monday night Raw, traditionally, and this has not been true the last few years.
No.
Traditionally, the Monday night Raw before WrestleMania is the hard sell, big angles, beer bash, beer bath, driving the Zamboni out, whatever it was.
The take home show.
Right, yeah.
Big show.
Home, and this is The year, and I can pinpoint the exact year it stopped mattering, was the year that Brock and Roman Reigns played tug of war with the belt. And it looked like they were two kids fighting over like they were like, no, it's my belt. Like it was just the stupidest thing. So ever since then, like 5-6 years ago, the last stare down hasn't really been anything to write home about.
You're so right, because traditionally in the past, this Raw is to give you that WrestleMania feel.
Yeah.
You know, like there's like big teases that get you to salivate and just can't fucking wait for Sunday to arrive, or in this case, Saturday or Sunday to arrive, to get your fill. And this Raw didn't do it. It to me, and listen, out of everybody on this panel, I think we can all agree, I'm the most lenient when it comes to grading Raw on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And even I'm sitting here saying it was very lackluster. I didn't get that. Oh my God, it's here! It's WrestleMania week. I didn't get that, and I didn't get that last year either. Now, granted, it was the start of COVID. It was the first time we were going to have Mania in a fucking performance center and no pyro and no fans. And at that time, they had no piping in of crowd noise. I mean, it was just, you heard every creak and it just. And then, of course, the first time we were getting Mania in 2 nights, which is now becoming a thing, and that just pisses me off.
Yep.
I just I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not like, I can't fucking wait till Saturday. Feel and the matches, some of them I'm looking forward to, both on NXT and Mania, of course. Definitely. And I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Because we're finally going to get some fans. The set is supposed to be amazing. Is something going to happen with the ship and Kevin Owens or Shane McMahon or the Cell or whatever? Who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Or Kairi Sane. Why didn't Kairi Sane? She's a pirate, for Christ's sake, and they let her go.
No, she has to be released.
She could have been a pirate princess on the pirate ship.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys all think in general? I'm just not there yet. I'm not getting the goosebumps. I'm not getting the hair standing up, and that's upsetting a little bit.
Well, that's why I said what I said about Raw to begin with, because I know this is supposed to be the setup for the week. There was nothing really about last night that had me jumping out of my boots like, it's in here. I'm so excited. Yes. I mean, I'm sure we're going to go down the line of talking about everything, but the fact that there was no Randy Orton or The Fiend or anything brought up last night was absolutely absurd, because that's probably the biggest match happening on Raw besides. And
you already know how I feel. I was going to get there and you beat me to the punch, and it's fine. If I don't get my fix of bliss, I mean, I didn't need to see the video package for the 10th time.
Exactly. Nothing for that match. And that's probably the most hyped up match on Raw.
100%.
Because
100%.
Honestly, I don't care about Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley. I think this whole Hurt business, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, I think all this shit was away from it. I don't care.
Yeah, it was the wrong time.
It was, once again, they don't realize that those guys work better together than they do separately.
Yep.
Yeah, what are they going to do with Shelton Benjamin?
And why is this cockbag goddamn Baron Corbin involved? Yeah. He should be nowhere near the world title around WrestleMania season. It
shouldn't be around it, period. Sorry, but
Well, no,
especially with the faction that they could have been using.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they figured people were going to definitely boo Baron Corbin, but they might cheer the Hurt Business.
I mean,
WrestleMania, everybody gets cheered. Everybody, listen, this is the first full show, and it's a WrestleMania since the whole lockdown shutdown thing. Every single wrestler is going to get cheered. You know why? Because people are just happy to be there.
So they still set it up that Drew is going to get booed out of that stadium.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
This poor guy.
Yeah.
And he was, he held the fort down for this last year. The other thing that really hurt him was he lost the title to Randy Orton. He won the title, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the whole Miz thing happened with the cash in. And then, I don't know. It would have been better if there was a longer, more consistent reign before WrestleMania. It just seemed like the title played a little bit of hot potato.
Yeah, but you know what? That's been the theme all year. We always say the titles just flip flop way too much for the most part. I mean, you get that one where they get a run. You know, like listen, AJ Styles, for example, had a run.
Yeah.
But overall, you're correct. It's and that's been an ongoing issue that we have talked about many times on this show. And the only excuse that I can ever come up with that's conceivable is Vince's perception is the average fan just doesn't have the attention span for long feuds and long at the end of the day, if it's a good feud, you can watch it forever. You know what I mean? Whoever wanted Vince McMahon Austin to end, for example, or some of those really long lasting feuds because they told a great story.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they did in the end, but it still went on for a long time. Amanda, what were you going to say?
Still had the Edge Randy Orton feud going on into this year's Royal Rumble, and then again on the Raw right after. Granted, there was
had to end that feud in order to start his next feud. And now it's just a 3-way match for no reason.
Yeah,
no reason. But
you could have. I would see more logic in throwing Orton in the 3-way than Daniel Bryan.
Right?
Yes.
Amanda, what were you going to say?
They do know how to continue stories because the Roman Reigns and Edge storyline is good, but that's because they don't give you the match every single week on SmackDown.
Yeah,
correct. Well, no, and I'm not saying that it's always, but there's only a select few that they do give that to. The others, it's always very quick, and it's I don't know. It just seems it doesn't happen as much as it used to. I mean, think about like when we were kids and Hulk Hogan was champion. He was champion for over a year, and you only saw him at pay-per-views. You saw him cut promos, maybe do a run-in, but you didn't watch him wrestle until a pay-per-view because he was the attraction that people paid for. At the time, and I don't know.
And there was always a danger of him losing.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan, all those big guys that he faced, that is the cutest puppy I've ever seen.
It is. I didn't think I had enough gold, so I got the puppy.
Yeah, seriously. But Hulk Hogan, they always set up these big monsters, George the Animal Steel, and King Kong Bundy, and just Andre the Giant, all these big guys that looked like they were going to beat Hogan. And because he didn't wrestle every week, and you went, okay, well, this is the third Raw this month that the world champion has wrestled on. He can't just lose on Raw. Of course, he's going to win this shitty match.
Yeah.
It means less.
Like the Braun match, there's no way he was going to lose that 2-on-1.
It's all very silly. But just to put it in perspective, we had on the other side, we've got AEW's World Championship that Chris Jericho held for over 200 days, almost a year. John Moxley held for 300 days, maybe almost a year. And now Kenny Omega is probably not dropping it for at least another 6 months. So these guys are like, they've got long.
Unless Christian gets a weird title reign in there.
I will listen. Okay. I will eat a live goldfish on this fucking show if Christian wins the AEW world title. That's how
I kind of want to take that bet.
It's going to happen. I'll take that bet.
This is going to be live streamed and on Access,
I feel bad for the goldfish if it happens because that's
Amanda, you got to come back for that one, sweetheart.
I'll vomit on as well.
Oh no!
Well,
Where did Frankie go, Amanda? We could have had 2 dogs on this show.
He gets bored quickly.
Yeah, this little guy is my beagle's beneath me. He's like, "Hey, there's that other dog. What's going on with him?"
Goldfish internationally, it could be in Canada and in the U.S.
I'm not eating a goldfish.
No, Vince. I mean, it could stream.
Oh,
yeah, see,
international goldfish.
But to be fair to Vince, somebody has to put something else up, or else it's just not fair.
I could just drive to Buffalo and then, eat the fish, and then depending on which part of it I'm in, I'll just be in Canada or Buffalo. I'll be, international fish swallowing.
I'll hold him to it.
Was that Bob?
No, that was actually Justin, my husband.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll hold him to it with Justin.
I'm not saying he won't win maybe the TNT title or the tag team titles. I don't.
No, I mean like
Christian
a world
Cage,
title.
I do not think Christian Cage is winning the AEW World Championship. I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. Anyway,
All right, so why don't we start talking about Stand and Deliver? Because that's going to be the next thing after the Hall of Fame. We do have picks. I'm so behind on NXT. I really haven't been watching. So for me, it's going to be a fucking crapshoot. I kind of guessed on some of them. I got to tell you, I'm having a real difficult time with Finn Balor and Karrion Kross, because part of me thinks Karrion's going to lose, so they call him up to the main roster.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so I don't know. I'm having a tough one. I mean, I already did my pick. I did go with shit. Now I don't remember. I think I actually went with Karrion Kross.
I can tell you.
I don't
Give
know.
me a second.
Kross can't lose. Like, Finn Balor.
Like, how does he lose? Right, that's what I'm saying. So I'm very torn. I think I actually went with my gut, and I went with Karrion Kross, I think. Ryan could verify that.
Is it just a straight up wrestling match?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe so.
Because if it's some kind of gimmick match, I would say Balor wins, because you could always do some kind of weird thing where, you know, you lock him in a box, you tie him to the ropes, whatever, and then, you know, he gets a BS win. But
will he ever be the demon again?
Oh, we saw. Okay, good point. So someone
good tie-in.
Who shared the article? There was a news article where
I did.
Okay, it was you, Ryan. Balor said basically, if he were to do the demon again, it would be like going backwards or stepping backwards.
Which I don't understand. You know, how's that going backwards? Like, that was one of the coolest things about you, quite honestly.
Yeah, I know. And we kind of talked about it a little bit in the chat, but the thing that was cool about Prince
Steve,
Devitt,
what did you want me to check again?
Karrion Kross or Balor, who I picked.
Okay, 1 second.
Finn Balor, when he was Prince Devitt in Japan, when he would paint his body, he would do different superheroes. He would do Venom. He would do the Joker. He'd do this and that. And he'd do different designs.
Mm-hmm.
WWE wanted to make it one character that never really, the design changed very, very little, so they could market it, make toys. He had to keep the outfit consistent so it would look the same as the action figure in the video game. And wow, that dog just took out everything on Ryan's desk.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But they wanted to keep this demon character consistent as like a branding thing. And I understand they wanted to have their own character. But like, this is the same discussion we had about the Fiend. There's an evolution to that. The demon can be like, change the hair, like he had those thingies in his hair. Change that. He has the tassels. Change the tassels to something else. You know, make a different version of the demon.
Especially because he only appears every like 6 months. Like, it's not
right,
like,
and that was the draw of it. Was Finn Balor only tapped into the demon when he absolutely had to, except for that one time where he faced Brock Lesnar and decided not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know. Like, at least that was the other thing. They were like, "Oh, we don't want to job out the demon." So Finn wrestles Brock with not as the demon, but now they're not using the demon anymore. So why did we save the demon when the demon could have had the match with and I'm talking like they're two different people, but you know what I mean. The character is different. And
it's like talking Bruce Wayne and Batman. You still reference both.
And let's be honest here, Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of Finn Balor in that match. And the demon would have absorbed some of that. And it would have been a little bit more intriguing because it wouldn't have just been Finn Balor being picked up by his ankles and thrown around like he was. But again, this is all just endemic to the problem of, I don't know, nobody's over, man. that's really the thing. Balor's kind of over. I don't know. I don't know what a live crowd is or isn't going to react to 25,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
We've been seeing it on TV with the exact reaction that the producers want from this Thunderdome and the putting in the crowd boos and cheers and all this. So everything looks like it's working on TV according to what they want.
Yeah.
But
that's not Thunderdome people actually chanting, though. You do realize.
That's what I'm saying. They're pushing a button and the views that.
I say that's nobody in the Thunderdome. When you hear the screaming and the cheering or whatever, that's nobody that's in the audience actually doing it. Look at Amanda's face.
So what do you do when you're in that?
You just sit there and freaking watch, and they tell you to clap. They tell you to Daniel Bryan. They tell you when to boo, and then they put the audio over it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they
fucking
tell
best.
you, and they tell you who you're supposed to cheer for. Like they'll say Roman Reigns is coming out, everybody start booing. So that's why you see.
Don't they know by now if you tell a wrestling fan to do the one thing, they're going to do the complete opposite?
Look at how many idiots fucking do exactly what they're told every week, because you see a whole, and those are the people that are in the front 2 rows every week because they do what they're told.
Compliant people every week. Oh
Yep.
my word.
That's hilarious, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
they tell you
really
exactly what to do. There, I don't know who
That's
it is, but there's
really
some guy in the production booth with a megaphone, and then he'll say, "Hey, guy in the green shirt, you got to change your background or whatever." They call you out. If someone asked Autumn once, "What are you eating?" They tell you, they go, "Hey, little girl in the green shirt, is that good? What are you eating?" Because they see it on camera and they call you out through the dome.
That's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, I know that
Eventually, I think they should do like a hybrid. You know what I mean, with live crowd and then Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Well, that may be what Mania is. Maybe they're going to do that. I don't know.
That'd be kind of
Although I guess you guys probably would have been sent links for invites.
There's no
and shit.
Thunderdome links out for WrestleMania at all, or Stand and Deliver. There's been nothing out.
I guess it's just going to be the 25,000 fans or whatever. Well, listen, let's see how they do it.
Stand and Deliver. What's that?
Stand and Delivers at the.
That's what I was. It's not. At the
Oh,
stadium.
I don't know that.
No, I think it's at the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have a crowd. I just don't know how big it's gonna be. I think that place tops out at what, 500,000? Not even
500,000.
500 or 1,000.
Oh, yeah. You said I heard you too, Amanda.
But this is the final. This is the final battle in the Wednesday Night Wars.
It's actually the Performance Center.
Oh, it's at the PC. Okay, so it's over this week, man. Wednesday is the last Wednesday night NXT. NXT is moving to Tuesdays. They've signed a new extension with USA Network. I like it because that means I can watch NXT again. I was just watching AEW and not catching up on NXT.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. I hope that it reflects in everybody's ratings and that the NXT ratings that have been absolute garbage for the last 2 years improve. And I hope AEW's ratings, which have gone down in the last couple weeks, also improve because of this.
Ryan, you're killing me.
I'm sorry. That was my fault entirely.
Fucking Christ.
I lost it.
Oh my God.
I tried saving it.
I love when Steve gets mad at Ryan.
For once, it's not me and my kids.
Oy vey. Ryan, do you have the lineup pulled up for the matches for NXT Stand and Deliver?
There's some good ones.
I do actually.
Walter's
All right, maybe we should go over our picks and then we can move on to Mania.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Ryan. Read them off.
Starting with night one, we got Io Shirai versus Rolika Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship. I tried my best with that Spanish accent.
You are the whitest person.
I know. I tried. I did my best.
You get a B for effort.
That ain't no B. That's an F. Sorry.
Damn, that's fucking harsh.
That's
I was aiming for double F minus, but I guess I'll get the F.
right. So
I'm going. What's everyone thinking? I'm going with what's her face. That helps. I know.
That girl with the face.
That
she's totally gonna
one.
win.
Good pick.
he looks like a man. Which one? Oh, we've lost. This is off the rails. Steve, who are you picking?
Who are the two? Oh.
He doesn't even.
Hold on. I'm going. Wait. Hold on. I'm pulling up. I have the picks. I'm pulling them up. I don't fucking remember.
Oh, he's got them. All right.
I found. Well, I have it on my phone. I went with. I went with Raquel.
No.
I think Io Shirai's had a long enough run. I think it's getting changed.
Disagree.
I don't watch NXT, but Io's gonna go down as the greatest women's champion in NXT, and she will win. And she deserves to win, and she deserves that title.
Girl power. I second that shit.
I agree. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
I missed having my sister wife here. I am so happy right now.
Vince, what are you thinking?
I was leaning. I'm still on the fence. I haven't filled out the pick'em yet. But I'm kind of leaning towards the title change just because it is WrestleMania season. You kind of want to have a title change on your big show. But then again, I've been saying that a lot, and haven't been title changes on big shows. So what the fuck do I know?
No.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, but I'm leaning toward the title change, Raquel.
Yeah.
It's the difference between who I want to win and who I think is going to win. I would like Io Shirai to win. I think Raquel is going to win.
Mhm.
What's the next?
All right. MSK versus the Grizzled Veterans versus Legado de Fantasma. Once again, I know I got an F for the vacant NXT tag titles.
Mexican wrestling. That's what I'm going to do. You're going to watch one Mexican wrestling TV
For every time I screw up the pronunciation.
Off the results.
Screw that. He's watching telenovelas.
It just whipped the entire.
So I haven't. Again, I'm so behind. I honestly have no fucking clue who any of these people are.
No.
So I just went with them. I went with MSK.
I went with MSK too.
MSK were the former Rascals in Impact Wrestling.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, either way, I went with MSK. That's my.
I'm gonna do a flip of a coin and decide that.
I
feel
chose
like
the last option.
The Legado de Fantasma.
I'm not even gonna try and say it.
There you go.
You did better than Ryan.
I want to hear Ryan try it.
I already did my darndest.
So, all right. Well, that was an easy one. What's the next one?
All right. Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Dexter Lumis versus LA Knight in a 6-man gauntlet elimination match to determine the number one contender for the NXT North American title for night 2.
That's a mouthful.
I went with Bronson Reed because he's the biggest guy and he's just an animal.
I went Swerve.
I said Swerve's house. Absolutely.
I went with LA Knight.
I agree with Amanda.
The former Drake, who is now LA Knight. All right.
Or you go Dexter Lumis would be a good slot since he's feuding with the Wave.
He bothers me.
Yep.
I think that's the point, though.
No, it is, but fucking Christ.
He does that. He has the serial murderer down to
Like
the T.
Dexter.
Yes.
Like
It's
Dexter.
not subtle. His first name is Dexter, and his last name is Loomis, which was the doctor from Halloween, but they spell it differently.
Yep.
It is not. It is right on the nail.
They might as well call him Stabby McKnife Face. You know what I mean? Like, there he is, a stabbing again.
Oh, who's that? Assassin from Rick and Morty. Here I go, killing again.
I wish that voice play. You know what? They have so many weird things now. Braun has choo-choo train noises. I don't know if anybody noticed on Raw last night.
It was in the fucking.
Matt Riddle had birds.
Yeah, he's had the birds for a while.
Has he had the birds for a while?
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Oh my god!
That's the first time I saw it, and I was just like, "What in the fuck?"
Is it because he flies high?
I think they're doing it for the VR shit, like
Yeah.
all the virtual reality stuff.
It's because he had an eagle named Trevor that was his friend or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Lord.
And his promo with the New Day was fantastic. Every weed reference you could possibly imagine, all bundled into one 3-minute promo. It was hilarious.
Contact high from this dude.
You get close enough,
Yeah.
you're failing drug test all year.
Yeah, don't breathe too deep and then take a piss test afterward. What else is on this first night? Are they calling one show stand and one show deliver, or what do we? I thought that would be cool.
It's just one encompassing title. It would have been made more sense if you had the stand and then deliver.
Yeah. I liked that movie, Stand and Deliver. With the
Oh my god, I love that movie. Edward James Olmos. Sorry.
Oh, no, he's-
Kimo Sabe.
my favorite. Lou Diamond Phillips walks into the class, goes, "What's calculus?"
What's calculus? And he goes, no, I strangled him. His body's still decomposing in my locker.
Ryan, what's the next match?
All right. Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT United Kingdom Championship.
Well, I mean, I feel like the guy from the actual. Well, he's not
United Kingdom.
German. That's very German of him to win the United Kingdom Championship.
I went with Ciampa only because I feel like Walter's had the belt for like 2 years.
I know.
He has.
It
Yeah,
might be
so-
time for a title change.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like enough. Like it's WrestleMania now. Like you know what I mean?
But like, does Walter only wrestle on NXT UK? Or does he wrestle in like NXT here?
Largely UK, but I'm
Yeah,
pops up in NXT.
NXT UK if he wins.
who knows?
I think that'd be a nice little crossover.
Points don't matter. Yeah, it's one of those things where Walter never wanted to leave Europe. He always wanted to wrestle in Germany or in the UK. And then when the WWE opened NXT UK, they gave him a bunch of money so he could work there. And he's like, guys, just so you know, I'm only going to work in Europe. I don't want to work in the United States. They're like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, whatever you say. And then like 6 months later, they're like, by the way, we're going to give you more money if you go over to the fucking United States and wrestle there. And then he's like, oh, all right, I guess we're going to give you more money. We'll do it. So now so Imperium and Walter within the last month or so have made appearances on NXT.
Gotcha.
But I guess he's probably permanent. It would actually be interesting if Walter lost the title to Ciampa.
And then
Yeah.
stay here.
Stayed,
Or there.
right, and then Ciampa
Do a little talent exchange for a couple months.
Yeah, and then Ciampa could go over there and fight Trent Seven and what's the little dude with his little friend who's like 20 years old?
I don't watch UK.
The kid in
I don't
the-
watch UK either.
It's real
Where's
good.
Eric when we need him?
Pete
Tyler
Dunne.
Bate? Pete Dunne?
Yes, Tyler Bate. All those guys. Ciampa could have a great match with any of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking real old though.
He is.
Yeah.
Like he grayed out real hard.
He's like my age, maybe a couple years older. And yeah, he's real grayed out.
Like I fell off NXT for a bit and I saw a
wanna say
picture of Ciampa and I'm like, who's that guy?
Yeah, I know.
Not trying to be rude to him, but that gray hit him hard.
Yeah.
Especially when he grows it out and does, like, if he shaves his head, it looks fine. But like, yeah, dude, I'm no joke. He's gonna be 36 in May. That's just an old
Wow.
looking. He has Arn Anderson disease.
But he also like his skin. Maybe it's because he tans so much. Because he's very,
Right.
very tanned.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
getting to that leathery.
Maybe he's got a shitload of kids because I know I started going gray a hell of a lot earlier.
Does have kids. That's probably what did it.
What's next?
Yeah.
All right. Pete Dunne versus God. Kushida.
Kushida.
You
Kushida.
going with Pete Dunne?
Pete Dunne.
He's done.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
make it a Pete Dunne sweep. I like Kushida, but I feel like
Actually, I'm gonna go Kushida.
Is
I'll
Kushida
pick-
the
I'll
Back
keep
to
the cart.
Future kid?
what's that?
Is Kushida the Back to the Future kid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pete Dunne.
there you go. And you say kid, he's like 40. Kushida's an
Well, that's
old
what you
dude.
get for dressing like the kid from Back to the Future. You get
Yeah.
called kid.
Really?
Kushida's been doing the Back to the Future gimmick for like 15 years. It's pretty funny.
Really? So
He has
weird.
been doing it in Japan for a very long time. Yeah.
So we got Shotzi and Ember
Oh yeah.
versus the other two.
Oh,
Man, you should be an announcer.
Right? I missed my calling. I'm having a tough time today. I don't know what's going on.
Isn't it
what's her
Candice
face
LeRae?
time.
Huh?
Isn't it Candice
Candice
LeRae?
and Anita Hartwell. Well, sorry, not well.
Indy.
Yeah, wait.
I'm going with Shotzi and Ember. Anyway.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They just won these belts. And I know listen, I can't say anything because the first champions were awarded the belts and then immediately lost them in a match. So I can't say that they're not going to lose them in 2 weeks, like 2 weeks after they got them. But
But they shouldn't.
it would make right. They shouldn't lose. Like if you just won the title 2 weeks ago, you shouldn't be losing at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but it's
All
WWE.
right. Oh, sorry, Amanda.
I was just saying, yeah, but it's also WWE, so they really
Right?
like.
Yes, we have to. Yeah, sometimes we have to think of the complete opposite of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
You think it like you said with your picks. There's the logical way and the WWE way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you go, how are they going to fuck this up? All right, let's pick.
All right. For the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, Jordan Devilian versus Santos Escobar.
Which
See,
one's
you
the
did that
champ?
one quite well. You did that one good.
Who's the champ?
I didn't fail miserably. They're both.
They're both technically the champ because Jordan Devlin won it, and then there was a pandemic, and he was in the UK or Ireland.
I'm gonna go with Escobar.
Yeah, I think Escobar
Yeah.
too.
Sure. I think I
Yeah,
picked-
Santos Escobar. Hmm.
Yeah, he's another one where like he's hopefully not going to get Andrade, where they sign him and there's big fanfare and he wins these titles
Oh,
in NXT
jeez.
and then they fucking do nothing with him because he's
Got
another
it.
guy who just he's got a good look, he can wrestle, like they want or need a Latino star and all that shit, like another guy that ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
So
I
hopefully
mean,
they
I don't know
fuck
him,
up
but
too.
sure.
I like your sign off there.
He was Phantasma in Mexican wrestling.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, that guy. What's next, Ryan?
Johnny Gargano versus the Gauntlet winner.
Oh, that's happening the same night. Or the next...
Oh,
That's
that was
night
next
2.
Yeah, it's
Right?
the Gauntlet winner.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, probably gonna put money on the Gauntlet winner.
It just bugs me that he's so small and gets so much offense in.
Mhm.
Like I just don't get it. He's so tiny. He's like a
But
little,
you know the way.
like a little Dago, little Guido guy. Like it's funny. So that's the second night, though, right? Like the Gauntlet
We're
winner.
well into second night.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I put Swerve for that one because
Yeah,
I think Swerve's going to win and then take it from Gargano.
That would be great. Yeah.
All right. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly in an unsanctioned.
Kyle O'Reilly.
I think Kyle O'Reilly's got to win this one.
Yeah.
I'm going with O'Reilly also.
That's
Because-
gonna be the match of the 2 nights.
I hope so, because if Kyle O'Reilly wins, Adam Cole's already a big star.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he wins, it's gonna make another star in Kyle O'Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
Also could free up Cole for the main roster.
No,
Okay,
don't do that.
Ryan,
to Cole.
one of these days, I want you to go back into the podcast archives and see how many years we've been saying this. exact
I know. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
They're gonna break up the
That's-
Undisputed Era and they're going to the main roster.
At
We've been
one
saying it
point,
for 2 years.
Well, now I mean we don't have the team is over anyway. So
one of these times it's gonna be right. And then I'm gonna look smart
well,
because
well,
everybody's not gonna dig through the archives.
I know, right? We'll just look good in the moment.
You'll just look down in shame and be like,
Yeah,
We said
know.
this,
We'll
like, 6
know
times.
internally. Yeah.
so is that all the matches?
one more. Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross
All
for
right.
the NXT title.
Well, we already established who I went with.
That's the hardest pick of the night, I think.
Karrion Cross.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Cross too, but
I
Balor is
think
just so
Balor.
good. Balor's so good you can't count him out.
Yeah.
Can't ever count him out. And it's going to be a good. That's another one I'm looking forward to because Cross, I don't know. I kind of like he has this different kind of he throws a lot of elbows and shit. You know what I mean? He has a different kind of wrestling style.
That's honestly a match I don't give a shit who wins because I'm expecting it to be a
Right, you
good
just-
match. But if
wanna
I
sit
had
back
to
and
pick,
enjoy it.
I'm going to go with Karrion Cross.
Nice. So
That's
WrestleMania.
it for NXT.
All right, and then we have we actually have a Friday night SmackDown in between all of this mess that will have a Andre the Giant Battle Royal for
Those
men.
names for the Battle Royale, though.
It's one of those things
It's
where it's
the
like somebody's
24/7
punching in the face so I can
championship.
see some stars. Yeah, like
I went with Shinsuke.
Yeah, me
I
too.
did too.
sure.
I want Shinsuke to win.
Well, you know what? They've been giving him a somewhat little push the last couple of weeks. Like, not like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal actually does anything, but it'd be nice to see him, if he's not going to be on WrestleMania, get at least something.
Agreed. And that's why I went with him too.
I was kind of thinking that the uselessness of this Andre thing makes me think that like Otis is going to win it, and then like I don't know, turn it into a lunchbox or something.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royale lunchbox.
Right.
Now on the WWEshop.com.
Of course.
Oh god.
Right there. Print it. Make
$99. They made those fucking Stone
$5.99. No.
$5. Yeah, but the Stone Cold belts were $1,000, and they only made like 50 of them, or whatever.
I think there's one for Wrestle Rumble.
I'll give you one guess who that was that made that comment.
On Twitch, who was that?
It was Autumn.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, that was actually. So that's who our Twitch follower is. Excellent. We got one. Oh, there we go.
Oh lordy.
All right, so it's Mania time.
Yeah.
Actually, we got one more SmackDown.
What's the other?
If we want to hit that real hard.
What is that? Is it the women's battle royal?
No.
There's a women's battle royal too?
I didn't.
No.
They never did it. No.
Okay, good.
Lord.
It's the SmackDown tag titles.
Oh, okay.
On SmackDown?
Rather than WrestleMania. Totally exciting.
Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, Street Profits, the Mysterios, and Otis and Chad Gable.
Fuck the Mysterios.
I think it's going to Otis and Chad Gable, actually.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess.
That's the one team that they've been kind of pushing lately. So
they do Mysterios.
They fucking love the Mysterios for some odd reason.
See,
but they lose every week.
See, but I picked that because of the fact that it's a father and son thing going into WrestleMania. That's something that Vince is very McMahon, not you, is very big on.
Yeah, I said, I'm at this point. I'm just guessing. It's so hard to tell. Like, I don't know.
It's hard to tell. It's just that nobody gives a shit.
I don't think they really give a shit either.
Well, like,
I mean, it's on SmackDown. And you have 2 nights of WrestleMania, and you can't
the way you would make
squeeze it in.
Kerrigan is you give it back to the Street Profits.
Yeah,
see, now I'd be very happy with that.
I was just gonna say, do Roode and Ziggler still have those SmackDown tag team titles?
Yep.
Is that just the most who gives a shit tag team in the world, or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, like Nia and Shayna.
They really. Oh man, that is a very good comparison.
And I think they're retaining, quite honestly.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think any of the teams that they're up against.
Well, look who the opponents are.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think they're going to hold them.
Wonderful. What's on? Let's get excited for WrestleMania.
I don't think we're going to get there with this group.
We're getting to the main card of WrestleMania. Let's go. Night 1.
Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Bianca has to win this.
Has
to win.
Has to. But like this,
there's always the but.
This should have been their main event.
Yeah.
Yes.
That should have been one of the main events, I think.
Not Drew and fucking Bobby Lashley.
Agreed.
That's confirmed to be a main event?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, they're claiming that it's the main event of Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But is that right? That's going to be the last match on Saturday. Is going to be Sasha.
And then the Reigns, Edge, Daniel Bryan. That match is going to be the last one on Sunday.
I had said that they should have main evented, and then somebody had said they should use them to kick off the show because being the first match in a crowd, they need 2 people to hype that crowd up and set that bar real high. And Sasha and Bianca would do that.
100%.
So, but I still would have much rather them main evented.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a crazy fun theory out there.
Oh boy, here we
What
go.
if you get Charlotte?
No.
No, let me finish. And Becky Lynch officially formed the 4 Horsewomen.
Ooh.
Well, Bailey's not doing.
Bayley's
Bailey's
not
not
even
booked for
on the
WrestleMania,
card.
guys.
Yeah,
which would give her then something to do.
But then, who are they going after? There's no 4 other women.
Well, then Bianca's
I
gonna have to
didn't
try
say
and-
anything about.
Yeah, this
future
isn't very
plans.
well thought out, but the idea I actually really like.
You know, it's
Just
gonna
something
be,
fun.
It's gonna be the 4 horsewomen against Bianca, Natty, Lana, and Naomi. I was trying to. Yes.
Why would you do that to Bianca?
Because isn't that what they do?
Yeah.
Anytime somebody needs a tag team partner, they just give them fucking Naomi or Lana. Or
At the end of the
Natty.
day, I definitely think that Sasha and Bianca could very well have match of the entire night for both Saturday and Sunday. It's definitely going to be top contendership because they can both go, and they seem to have pretty damn good chemistry. So,
They do.
you know,
I mean, you could technically have Bianca Belair run through the 4 horsewomen after, right?
Yeah. Oh, they could go for
You're
a.
the beast. I'll take that.
Autumn's
Kind
not
of like
wrong.
do the
Yeah,
Dusty thing.
Yeah, but that heel one where she mentioned like Shayna and Nia in there, that the 4 horsewomen, if they came in as baby faces, they could go against like Shayna, Nia.
Yeah, that too.
You know,
I mean, you could eventually get them to baby faces.
yeah, but that would be, I don't know, somehow having the SmackDown Women's title and the SmackDown Women's title match end with Charlotte's music playing to come out and interrupt is just like, oh man, that would be like shitting your pants in church. Like
I'm not saying like a come out to the music. Just have the 3 of them hit the ring.
Oh, okay. Well, it's something.
it'll be interesting. But I still think that match is going to be great. All right, let's keep moving because there's a lot to go through, and we got 15 minutes.
Plenty. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm going with Bobby Lashley, and quite honestly, I agree. Who gives a fuck? But I gotta tell you, I think it's going to be a pretty decent match. They're 2 big powerhouses. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley's retaining.
What does Big E say about big men like that?
Big meaty men slapping meat.
There you go. Thank you. Give me one of them.
I think, yeah. Here's the thing. In my gut, in my heart, what I would like to happen is that sometime during the like 3/4 into this Bobby Lashley Drew McIntyre match, the Hurt Business come out and reveal that it was all a hoax.
I was actually going to get to there.
Break up. It was just to try and mess with Drew McIntyre, and they're really still all friends. And then they all beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre, and they grab him. Each one takes an arm and a leg, and they throw him out of the stadium. And then a bunch of eagles fly over, and then the Star Spangled Banner plays. Like, I don't want the Hurt Business to be broken up. That means my friend Cedric is going to be sitting in catering and wrestling on 205 Live.
I really don't understand why they did it. And I know that there were definitely, they were very upset about it. Like, they all asked for it not to happen, and they did it anyway.
And and then aligning Bobby Lashley with Baron Corbin. I know it's temporary.
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense.
It's Bobby Lashley at this point. Baron Corbin is so far beneath Bobby Lashley. He doesn't need his help. Anyway, next.
Definitely. All right. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison.
They finally did a tag match.
Yeah, they finally
I think
changed
Morrison probably just got cleared.
I mean, they're it's got to be Bad Bunny.
Obviously, it's Bad Bunny. They destroyed his $3.6 million Bugatti.
That was crazy. Yeah, of course he's winning.
But yes, he will. Yeah.
And he's the biggest superstar in the world. So
I mean, they could have at least destroyed a car like they did back in the Attitude Era with the cement truck or something. An actual.
Actually, destroy this man's $3.6 million car.
I'm not saying an actual $3.6 million car, but you could present it as a $3.6 million car that you're destroying.
No.
Yeah, you could do something like
You can't.
You can get creative.
No, so here's what I would do. So here's me.
Maybe CGI.
So here's no. Oh God, the last time they tried that was when McMahon's limo blew up.
He just killed Amanda.
Oh, the worst. No, but what you can do is if there was a car that was like in an area where a flood or a hurricane hit and they had to total the car,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
flooded. It's not going to run, but it could still be like a newer car that's just flooded out, and then they could blow it up or whatever. Yeah. But the paint was enough. It got the point across.
Yes.
There are
they did a pretty good job with the quick. Like
Yeah.
it looked pretty good art wise.
Hey, they're creative guys. I know Morrison.
Very creative.
Morrison could probably draw really well. He seems like one of those guys to be good at everything.
What a jerk!
Right? I know.
Speaking of I don't care match, Braun Strowman versus Shane.
Oh my god.
Choo choo! I choose you, Braun. Oh my god!
I went with Braun.
Yeah, there's no way.
I went with
What's that?
I went with Shane.
But I love Shane, so.
Yeah, but because here's the thing, Shane. Like, remember that time the Miz should have won, and then Shane won at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
This is the same kind of thing.
Oh, and you had the moment where Mrs. Dad put up his dukes to fight.
Oh, that was the best.
Shane does typically win.
That's what I'm saying. Shane has a very good win percentage.
Because he throws himself off of he's gonna throw himself off the Hell in a Cell to win.
He's gonna throw himself off the pirate ship to win. He's gonna jump off the pirate ship into the cage and pin Braun.
But then the story is that he spent all this time calling Braun stupid, and then he's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Braun is actually just a stupid guy with train noises.
He's
Braun's got to win. Braun's got to win.
Do they do that? Okay, we should have this on the drop down for our pick'ems.
How many
choo-choo noises?
Is he gonna run around the ring and do the?
The choo-choo noise is definitely happening. That's just don't even put it on there. Just give everybody an extra point.
I'm sorry, I'm having boat flashes going through my head right now.
It's in his theme song now. Like it's in his entrance.
They should have him do that. Keep going, Ryan.
Oh, Lordy.
Here, holy shit.
All right. Moving along. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins.
Cesaro.
Will or
Yeah.
what? We're all just like
Yeah, I think
Cesaro versus Rollins. Cesaro.
Cesaro, it's his time to shine.
Yep.
If we didn't have just 8 minutes, I'd say how many swings do we got?
100.
I said 37.
He's gonna do all 100. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna be the entire match, just the swings into the pin.
I put 50.
50 is a good number. 50 is
That is a nice.
I said 37.
There is a good.
Right.
Frankie's.
We're gonna go Price is Right rules though.
26, I said.
Closest without going over. I bet.
Yep.
I did one. No. What's next?
You're gonna be right. There's gonna at least be one. All right, Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus the Riot Squad versus Natalya and Tamina.
What about Carmella and Billy Kay? I thought they were on it.
They aren't advertised on the Wikipedia nor the WWE.com currently.
Sure.
On whatever, I forget, was it SmackDown or they said that Carmella was still reviewing her resume.
Like it's just not announced. They'll be in.
Yeah, they'll be in it,
and they're gonna win. Like that's the fucked up thing is they're gonna not be announced for the match. They're gonna announce them last minute, and then they're gonna win because
they'll announce them at the end of the match.
See, I don't think so. I think it's going to be. I think Lana's going to get her payoff for all the torture she's been through. I think she's going to get it with Naomi.
Lana is the best. Lana number one. Fuck me. I don't know, man. I think like Billy Kay is going to accidentally win.
Kay.
Like she's going to drop her resume and go to pick it up, and then somebody's going to like trip over her and then go out of the ring, and like that's how she's going to like win. Like you know what I mean?
It's a gauntlet match, so you can't have a banana peel slip.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be shenanigans.
No, there's going to be some shenanigans.
There's definitely going to be shenanigans.
She's not on it.
All the shenanigans.
Hey, Chief, what's the name of that restaurant?
All right, on to night 2.
Oh, but wow, that was night 1. Christ on a bike.
7 matches.
Yeah, let's move through them because
we got 6 minutes.
Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan.
I went with Edge.
Edge.
Yeah. If Edge
Are
doesn't
you
win, I'm driving to Stanford and
crazy?
taking a poop on their front lawn.
What'd you say, Amanda?
Are you guys crazy?
You don't think Edge is going to pull it off?
No.
Wow.
I can see Daniel Bryan winning.
Cannot lose.
Oh no, he's gonna pin Daniel Bryan. Edge is gonna
Yeah,
pin-
Roman's not going to get pinned.
He's not
Edge
losing
or
that
Daniel
title.
Bryan are getting pinned.
No. He's not losing that
on
title.
this day.
He saw Queen. Oh man, Laps fan.
You
wrote
really
that
don't
song.
think so?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, you are
I'll
in
eat a
the
goldfish.
minority here.
If Roman loses,
What would you do?
I'll eat a goldfish.
Is that Hawaii?
We'll see you next week.
Here we have another Twitch user says Reigns
that's
will definitely not get pinned.
Yeah,
That's Periscope.
Reigns will definitely not get pinned. That definitely
Or
not-
Periscope, Golden Charge, yeah.
Well, we never said he was going to get pinned. We just said he wasn't going to win.
He's not losing the title.
It's going to be Edge or Daniel Bryan that's taking the pin.
Right. And
By
I
Roman
think
Reigns.
Daniel Bryan is there. Just
One
to
of
get-
those two will be pinned by Roman Reigns. Yes.
All right.
We'll see.
I
Hope you
mean-
have a gold to fish for next week.
I will.
Oh no.
I mean, I
Don't
won't.
do fish.
All right, let's go.
But
What's
wait, we
next?
didn't specify. It could be the ones that you buy in the
the
supermarket of
cheaper
goldfish.
ones. Right. That's the cop out. All right, what's next?
Asuka versus Rhea Ripley.
I want Asuka to win. She's
Rhea
had such a
Same.
fucking bet. Like she hasn't won at WrestleMania, has she?
No,
Asuka should win.
definitely.
I
think-
went with Asuka as
I
well.
want her to win.
I went with Asuka as well. Unfortunately I think they're gonna give it to Rhea,
That's what I'm
and I'm
saying.
gonna lose that pick. But Asuka deserves her Mania moment, and Asuka should retain. As far as I'm concerned, and I said it last week, Rhea Ripley shouldn't even be going for the women's championship match at Mania. You know,
I agree.
No, it
There-
was all because of the Lacey pregnancy, Charlotte COVID, whatever else injury.
no, I get it. I get
So-
it. But
But that's the thing. So if she shouldn't be in the match in the first place, she really shouldn't win. But again, WWE likes to do that to surprise you or put somebody in a match that you don't think can win, and then
Have a win. All right, moving along.
wow,
The Fiend.
wow, bold statement by Autumn saying that Steve.
I
we
love
shall
my kid.
we
I
shall see,
love my
lady.
kid.
We shall see. We're going to have a very different conversation after Mania.
Everybody's in play
Everybody
for
is
this
And right,
beautiful thing.
That's right. 4 nights of picks.
I love it. All right, what's next?
The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Fiend. It's got to be the Fiend.
Gotta be
Swamp Thing Fiend. That's my name for it. Swamp Thing Fiend.
Marshmallow Fiend.
We got Biggie versus
yeah.
Apollo Crews in the no DQ in one spot with the drum match.
Right. Yeah, the African drum match that somehow like I love how people are constantly going online to tell us that this gimmick isn't racist when it's just towing the line every single week.
It's
First
just it's
It's a fucking
This
black
close.
guy carrying a spear in 2021. No. Sorry.
oh,
African drum match. We will have my
Autumn
people
dropping.
around playing the drum. Like what the fuck? How are we not mad about this?
Yeah.
Steve,
gonna
I'll
win.
sign my resignation now after my daughter did that. Sorry.
He's gonna win.
No, I love it. I think it's great.
Apollo Crews
because
is going to take the African
Apollo Crews
drum
is definitely winning.
and
No,
put
he's
it
not.
over. He's going to break the drum over Big E's head,
Looney
Apollo
Tunes
Crews
style.
100%
right,
is
Looney
winning.
Tunes style, and that's how he's going to win. So yes, Apollo Crews is going to win that match.
Biggie
What's
is
next?
Apollo.
You think it's Big? You think Big E retains?
I want
Wow.
Biggie to retain.
I would.
I would like Big E to retain too, but I think
once
Apollo
they get
gets
this
over.
no DQ gimmick in and all the hoo ha. You just it gives them an out to
Yeah.
have
All right.
Apollo win. Big E keeps.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Paul Logan.
Kevin Owens is winning.
Paul Logan.
Logan Paul, right?
Logan Paul.
I'm going with Kevin Owens.
Okay,
Oh
Owens.
shit!
Same.
Apparently, I'm dyslexic.
I was going to ask, but
we- dyslexic.
because
We
I'm
got
just like,
Oh,
Kevin
Jesus.
Owens is jumping off
Yeah.
the ship.
Kevin Owens is going to jump off something stupid.
The ship.
It's going to be a very good match. I don't know, man. Like, Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins, and they're both on SmackDown. And I don't watch a lot of SmackDown. They just seem so
Good.
like nerdy to me that I don't.
What are you talking
They
about?
just seem so like nerds. I look at them like Sammy's a nerd, and Seth is a nerd.
I mean, Sami Zayn is making a YouTube documentary
Aren't
about
we like
himself.
all
Yeah.
nerds that watch wrestling still?
I know, but he's just so nerd. Like I don't. But that's us. We're supposed to be nerds. They're the wrestlers. They're
I'm
supposed
sorry. I love what Sami Zayn's character was doing right now.
Yeah.
I love
I-
Sami
I
Zayn
just-
right now.
I
I
just
think it's
he's a
fantastic.
wrestler. I don't know. Like I just again. I
Kevin
don't
Owens is
watch
the perfect
wrestling.
person for him because they have that chemistry and they have that friendship that they just built a feud, and you're like
100%.
Yeah, and they
Yep.
can pick up the Sammy Kevin Owens thing. They can pick it up and drop it whenever they need to. and
Whenever
bring
they
it
want.
back and-
All
And
right.
you're always going to be invested. They put this thing together very last minute, and we all
Very.
are talking about it because those two together are magic. It's going to be a great match. Great match.
Fight forever.
What's next?
Riddle versus Sheamus.
Riddle.
Sheamus.
Riddle.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, really.
The Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler versus the Tag Team Turmoil winner.
I think they retain. They're not dropping.
I hope they drop to whomever. I
Yeah, I
really
would
don't
like
give
the
a
tag
shit
team
who it
Yeah.
is. Point.
When
I don't remember who I picked, but now I kind of think that Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan should win.
yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with anybody not named Shayna and Nia winning, and that's a shame because I like Shayna, and they just
Yeah.
like you want her to do bigger and better things, and now she's stuck with this anchor. Is that
Oh,
it? Have we exhausted all of the WrestleMania matches?
that is the last.
What's next?
That's it.
I'm
That
already
was match
tired.
7 for night 2.
We haven't
That's
even
it.
watched a single WrestleMania match, and I'm already tired.
Yeah.
Like I'm just getting worn out thinking about
I
it.
know. Just talking about it, I have anxiety. But that's the top of the hour, folks.
Yes, sir. We have made it. This is our this is what everybody looks forward to every year, despite the issues that we may have or the complaints that we may have.
Can I ask a question, though?
What's that?
Are we going to do the watch
Quickly.
along?
Oh, yeah. I think we can do.
I'm
a-
not going to be able to, but you guys are
I
more
might
than
be able
welcome.
to do a Sunday one. I
unfortunately.
don't think I can do. A
That's
Saturday.
what I'm saying is Sunday, and we can decide the winner.
And if you're in Connecticut this Friday and Saturday, come to West Hartford, the Shish Lounge in West Hartford, Connecticut. Stand Up CT. I'm hosting, and our headliner is Pete Angelo, the winner of Stand Up New York's Funniest Comic in Connecticut contest. That's my cheap plug for the weekend. But yeah, we can
Awesome.
definitely do a Sunday. We can definitely do a Sunday stream if people are around. We'll do a stream.
I
where-
looked into the watch along. All we have to do is nobody can be. It can't be visible, so we're.
Oh
think
yeah,
we're good.
yeah. We
Yeah.
can watch. We just can't
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
you
it'll
can't
get taken
go
down. Yeah.
All
That
right,
sounds
so we'll
doable.
figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. So again, like I said, with all the complaints that we have, or we've expressed through this show, as Steve says, at the end of the day, it's WrestleMania. So still excited to watch the show. It's just it's a little different this year, and even feels different from last year. It's just different. I can't explain how. It's just
It's
Last-
exciting to get a crowd again.
right. Even if it's a limited crowd, whatever, it's still a big crowd for the circumstances. So yeah, exciting times. We're gonna do our pick'em. We'll let you know how that all shakes out next week. We'll let you know who comes in first place for the WWE Championship belt and who comes in last place for the WWE Divas Butterfly Championship belt. Amanda wants it. This is the only person in existence that's I know that is.
I'll say one thing. This is staying with me.
Oh wow! Well, let me tell you something, brother. Right here, hold it up. WrestleMania, you and me, we're tied right now. We'll see what happens. We got 4 days of pick'ems. Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you, sucker.
25 points, and this is up
25
everybody's games.
points. 25 points. All right. So
Not, no one is. not within shooting range.
We'll put it on the. We'll see if we can put a little graphic up to count our points as the pick'em goes along. Because Sunday's the last day of our annual pick'em resets for the next pay-per-view. So we can even just have the points kind of totaling up on the screen if we can figure out how to do it. Anyway, with all that being said,
We'll make it
Oh my
happen.
god, a running tally during that'd be freaking sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
we're 5 past the hour. Stacy is going to officially murderize Steve for being late. So here's the deal. If you'd like to follow us along on the show, our social media is at Tag Me a Date. That's at Tag Me a Date, no spaces. If you go to, what is it, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, that's all at Tag Me a Date. Twitch.tv/War Report. If you go to youtube.com and you type in Tag Me a Date, you'll get to our channel. You hit the subscribe, you hit the bell. We broadcast live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on Eastern Time, and we broadcast all over all the major streaming platforms: Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc., etc. If you prefer an audio version instead of our video version of the podcast, that gets uploaded Tuesday evenings, an hour or so after the podcast itself ends. So once the live stream ends, we rip the audio. Ryan does it and uploads it. So if you go to your podcast app of choice, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or Google Play Podcasts, you once again search for The War Report, or you search for Tag Me a Date. You will find the podcast. Hit subscribe. It goes right in. Once you hit subscribe, it just goes right into your podcast app and automatically downloads for you. You can listen to it at the gym while you're streaming, all kinds of stuff. But that's going to do it. Thank you for joining us this week. We will see you next time. Who's going to end the show? Steve's not here.
I don't know.
Just gonna say that. What the heck just happened? He disappeared, but doesn't he run? Oh God.
It's still live. What if we all just leave? What happens?
I don't know. Hang on. Let's go to the messenger.
Steve hasn't.
Hmm.
This is fun. Oh, he's back.
I don't know what just happened.
All right, we were wondering how
Really
we
should-
We're all just freaking out. Like, how do we end a live stream if you're not here?
don't have a
So sorry. I don't know. All of a sudden, the internet dropped. Everything went out. It said retry. Something went wrong. I hit the button. I logged back in. But thank you all for coming.
Yes.
We will see you next week.
See ya.